What happened to double tap? I mean, it hasn't been in Call of Duty in nearly 8 years. That's weird. Double tap so far has not been shown in the brand new Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. It was not included in Vanguard. It was not included in Cold War, and it was also not included in Black Ops 4. Every other perk has been brought back in some way. How come the only one of the original 4, one of the most beloved perks, has never come back? We've seen Quick Revive.
Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please say it.
We've seen Juggernog. We've seen Speed Cola.
Your lack of speed just brings you anguish. Just take a sip. You will move faster.
But for some reason, double tap has been left missing, nowhere to be found. Even in Cold War, we got other perks that were OG perks. PhD Flopper, Deadshot Daiquiri, Mule Kick, these are all OGs, but for some reason, one of the most OG perks of all time, double tap, is nowhere to be found. Today, we're gonna be going on a theory that I have of why double tap was not included. First things first, there is actually information about double tap being in Cold War. There's posters in an Outbreak map. There is other things that have kind of leaked double tap to be in existence. There's also even a perk build as a machine. So it's not like they never had the thought of bringing double tap back. But did they ever think that it would actually ruin the game? I think the Black Ops 4 idea of why double tap isn't in there is pretty obvious. We know that the reason it's not in there is because they wanted to get rid of the idea of crutch perks, and so they decided to add double tap to the Pack-a-Punch instead.
And what was the decision-making process like that to cut some of those beloved perks?
Yeah, well,
was it a tough decision to make, or?
No, because the way we look at stuff, and it may break people's hearts, but completely emotionally. In other words, you know, I said when we wrote it all down and looked at it, and when we got to perks, we had this problem. And the problem is that everyone gets the same things. And so when we switched it on with all the normal perks first time, and we just took a survey. We had like a little survey monkey, right? We could look at it, and everyone had the same perks, and we kept on adding more and more perks.
You Pack-a-Punch your gun 4 times, you get double tap with extra Pack-a-Punch abilities. It makes sense, although the change is stupid because you still have crutch perks and it just makes it way more confusing. Double tap is present in the game, it's just the drink itself isn't, so that one is easily excusable. For Modern Warfare 3, maybe it is in the game and we just haven't seen it yet. That's very, very possible. I mean, it's very possible that it could come in DLC. We are not very sure. The game hasn't released yet, so I think that one is another one we can easily dismiss. Vanguard,
we do not care.
What I want to talk about today is Cold War. Why wasn't double tap in Cold War? And I think it's for 2 reasons. The first one is Elemental Pop. Elemental Pop gives you the abilities on guns. I think that they wanted to use Elemental Pop kind of as a substitute to double tap, and also levels of Deadshot as well. Elemental Pop makes your gun stronger. Ideas of Deadshot Daiquiri and upgrades of that makes that gun stronger as well, so they are easily be able to dismiss double tap's abilities because they do a similar thing but just in different ways. That could be part of the reason that double tap isn't existent in that game. Double tap's obviously its ability is to make your gun shoot 2 bullets at once and make it shoot way faster, and this rapid fire on the gun itself, maybe they thought that that was another way of giving it double tap in the game. Because the reason that they wouldn't add it is for balancing issues. There's no other reason that I can think of they wouldn't add double tap. It's just to balance the game out. So for a game that is catered to the casual audience like Cold War, where it's very, very easy, I'm surprised that they didn't bring in another element that would make the casual audience have more fun. It also has a level of iconicism in Call of Duty. Everybody knows who double tap is, just like everybody knows what Juggernog and Quick Revive are. One of the inspirations I got in this video is I got this Reddit thread recommended to me. Why isn't double tap in Cold War? It's from 3 years ago. And they bring up similar arguments that I've also brought up. Some people are saying that it's because the attachments up fire rate, but it's only possible in a tiny handful of guns. That's not true. There's actually a lot more guns that have fire rate, but I still think that it's a valid argument. Also, if that was correct, Speed Cola shouldn't exist either because almost every end of the game has ammo attachments that can reload speed quicker. Exactly. If they were going to use that same logic, fast mags would be in the game, so Speed Cola would be taken out. A similar idea of rapid fire is a similar idea to fast mags, where each of those have the similar ability as those perks. So if you're going to take out double tap because there's rapid fire, surely you would also take out Speed Cola because there's fast mags. But they don't, and that's what makes this weird. I don't understand the reason that double tap isn't in these newer games. It has the same level of iconicism as all of these other features, and it's such an easy way to generate hype. Do you remember how hyped people were seeing Juggernog in D Machine? People were fucking losing it, bouncing in their chairs. I mean, everyone was bouncing and glazing all over Juggernog. If you were to release double tap in this new game, how much glaze would you be? You would be a Krispy Kreme manager. You would go to the glaze factory, bro. It would be everywhere. It would be creamy.
That's what I'm fucking talking about!
No gay shit. Is it just for the fact that doubling fire rate and damage if double tap U2 is used, stacked on top of doubling the damage 3 times and then adding 5 more levels of damage would be too overpowered? This, although I don't see many arguments, really any arguments at all, if there was an argument to see, I think that this would be the most valid argument. The idea of weapon tiers has subsequently taken out the need for double tap. And I think you're right, but I also think you're wrong. Weapon tiers are great and all, and I think that getting your gun up to legendary is still great, you know, especially in your assault rifles and things like that. But if we're honest, weapon drop-offs in Cold War happen just as similarly as weapon drop-offs in earlier games. I can use a tier 5 legendary triple pack-a-punch gun in Cold War till about round 50 maybe. That weapon drops off. I can use a double pack-a-punch Vesper on Black Ops 3 forever because of the ammo mods, and even without them, it still can kill in the later rounds, even if it's not very well used. Add double tap to both those weapons, now you have a way better gun, and I think it gives more replayability because it allows you to use those other guns way better. I think that adding double tap in the game gives an advantage to replayability. Either way, as I sit back, relax, and finish up this video, I just want to say rest in peace my boy Double Tap. Where has he been? Honestly, he's been missing forever, okay? Rip my boy Double Tap, and I just miss him a lot. So hopefully in this new game or in COD 2024 we see the return of Double Tap, because I don't know where he's been, and I hope he comes back. He's one of the most iconic perks, and he has a great jingle, and to let it all out and say sayonara to one of the goats of the Call of Duty Zombie perks, I will now dance like a retarded peck to the double tap jingle.
Can move slow, they'll end up dead all over. When they need some help, they reach up on the shelf. Cowboy, can't you slow?
You thirsty, partner?
Root beer, get all the damage done. Double tap root beer, will double damage fun. Oh yeah, get thirsty.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.